Good day, viewer. You're most welcome to the NILE Cast on Westnile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day. Every day, my name is Okumringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines today, Arua Central Division secures a pickup from locally generated taxes. Irepi community offer land for construction of Idwi Primary School in Mwetu Sub-County.
People give land for development. Without land, we cannot develop our lands.
And 3 midwives in Paida Health Center 3 on spot for making expectant mothers deliver on the floor. This and more in the NILE Cast News Bulletin.
Management is very poor. There is no proper supervision in the place.
A warm welcome to you, viewer, to the NILE Cast on Westnile Television. Now let's dive into some of the stories that have made headlines. Arua Central Division officials yesterday unveiled a brand new pickup truck worth 164 million shillings to ease transportation and improve on-service delivery. Arua Central Division becomes the first to acquire a vehicle using funds locally generated from taxpayers out of the 3 divisions that form Arua City. Farish Majid reports.
Arua Central Division, through the aid of funds from the taxpayers, yesterday unveiled a brand new pickup worth 164 million to help improve on service delivery within the area. The vehicle was officially displayed before the masses in a colorful function that was attended by the leaders, the masses and the clergy, among others, yesterday at the division head offices in Arua City. Drakuma Malik, the town clerk, Central Division, appealed to the taxpayers to continue fulfilling their tax obligations as their money will be put into proper use.
The blessings should also be given to one of the key stakeholders, and the key stakeholders are the taxpayers. This vehicle was procured through local revenue. In fact, we are trying to now tell the taxpayers, when I'm talking about taxpayers, also partly we are there, the local sales tax, then mostly, of course, the trading lances and so forth. So all the time we are being challenged. We are paying the taxes. We are not seeing the impact. My colleague taxpayers, you have started seeing the impact. Said earlier, this is still a small one. That means continue paying, continue giving us the taxes.
Paul Batanda, the Arua City Town Clerk, lauded the Central Division administration for the achievement as he urges those who attended to mind of legacy.
And I thank the political leadership of Central Division for planning to have transport. Transport is very important. And I want to say that in Lugbara there is an animal called a tiriko. I think we know a tiriko. A tiriko is a small animal. When it is moving, it leaves a path or it leaves a stretch behind. In this world, whatever we do, let us leave a mark behind like a tiriko. It moves slowly, it's not aggressive, it doesn't eat other animals, but it survives, but it leaves a mark.
Meanwhile, Mzaid Kemis, the Mayor Central Division, called for forgiveness, where he and the town clerk, Paul Batanda, were accused of embezzling the funds for purchasing the vehicle.
I want to take this day a special day of forgiveness. I want to address it as a day of forgiveness. I want to forgive in this function the people who wronged me, who wronged the town clerk, and who wronged the CFO, who tarnished my image on the papers when we were in the process of procuring the vehicle. And I think today the Shaitan is ashamed here. My names went on the paper that we ate this money, but Almighty God does not forget. And as the people who read the Bible says that the truth shall set us free, today the truth has set us here.
Kalsum Abdi, the Secretary for Social Services to the Central Division, called for proper training of the drivers who will be handed the vehicle.
Town Clerk, Arua City, we had a plan of giving capacity building, and let me hope as we are giving the capacity, building the capacity, the drivers who are going to manage these very expensive vehicles should also be given capacity building, because the people they drive are very important people in this country. We need their lives.
The vehicle is expected to improve on service delivery, where it's going to ease the movement of the officers of the different departments. Farish Majid, Westnile TV NILE CAST.
And more in our stories, Irepi community members have offered a 2-hectare piece of land in Irepi village, Mwetu sub-county in Moyo district for the construction of Idwi Primary School. In a meeting that was organized by the Secretary for Social Services and Education in Moyo district local government, Chandia Rosemary, who is a family member that has offered the land for construction of the school, say the reason they offered the land is to bring development in the area. Okumu Dominic reports.
The community members offered the land that is measuring close to 2 acres in Irepi East Village, Airoparis Metu Sub-County in Moyo District for the construction of Idwi Primary School in a general meeting held at the compound of the school. The meeting that was organized by the Secretary for Social Services and Education in Moyo District local government brought in close to 1,000 community members. Mrs. Chandia Rosemary, who is a member of the family that has offered the land for the construction of the school, said the reason why they offered the land is to bring development in the area.
So the reason we give the land for the school is to develop the area, because our children have been suffering by covering long distance going for school, and our elder people are suffering spiritually going for the prayer up to Metu Mission is too far from them. Living that many people forgot about God. So by now, through our effort of offering the land, it brings community to attend to this, both for school and spiritual for prayers.
Mr. Jurugo Charles Tiangwa, the local council 2 chairperson of Airopari, said his community and the teachers will feel happy since the conflict on the land has already been resolved.
After the meeting of today, I think my community will feel happy, because when we are from exile, up to date, up to 2023, we have no institution in our parish. So this meeting now proceed us to feel happy, because my secondly, thank God the elders of Irepi that offers this land. Then thirdly, we go for the two local council 3. They support us to call the office of Secretary for Education, Moyo District, to come and solve this problem. So my community really will feel happy, and my teachers who are in this school will feel happy. Even my kids, those who are in my school here, will really feel happy, because they've heard that this complainer said he's going to stop this school. But immediately, the effect of the meeting, really, I think from tomorrow, every person will be happy. So this meeting has called for a good time. So I request the office of district secretary for education should not sleep. Let him take this message to the high authority.
Mrs. Kinya Faith, the head teacher of Idwi Primary School, said she is very happy since the school has already been offered the land, so they will continue with their normal duties as the teachers in the school.
I'm just very happy today for today's meeting. They have already declared for us They have already given us the land, so we are very happy for that. So we are going to continue with our normal learning and teaching.
Honorable Asosi J.B. Sam, the district councillor representing Meto Sub-County to the district, appealed to the community members to offer land for development, saying without land they cannot develop.
Appeal to people to give land for development. Without land we cannot develop our place. Please, those who are nearby, you offer land because it is called Ministry of Education and Sports. We need a space for football. We need space for other things. We need a space for teachers' house. Much as this, we have church here, we also need to have other areas mapped for a different thing.
Honorable Anyanzo Terry Silton, the Secretary for Education, Moyo District Local Government, who was also the chairperson of the meeting, said Idwi Primary School has been one of the schools in their mind whose name is to be submitted to the Ministry of Education and Sports, and is confident that they will succeed and the school will be coded.
That after that will be now the office of COW to write permission letter on behalf of the Ministry of Education to permit the school to function temporarily, so that we shall be able to submit it for coding. Idwi has been one of the schools in our mind which must be coded by the Ministry of Education, and the Ministry is ready to code the school, awaiting for all the processes that we are going to begin. And I'm sure, quite confident that we shall succeed.
Idwi Primary School was started temporarily in early 2000 by the community members of Erepi East Village, Airo Paris, Meto Sub-County, to reduce the burden of children trekking for over 5 kilometers in order to access education, which led to majority of the children dropping out of school. By then, the school was in a very sorry state, but in the year 2014, Honorable Tomaza, the Member of Parliament for West Moyo County, then decided to upgrade the classrooms. Though still not completed, is currently housing over 400 pupils who are learning in the school. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumu from Meto Sub-County, Moyo District.
And more in our stories. Gulu Regional Cancer Institute at Carl Cell in Gulu City is now operational. This comes due to the high demand of cancer patients and care service in northern Uganda. According to officials working at the center, 36 people have benefited from the center. Stephen Okello from Gulu reports.
With few medical workers who were brought to install and check the machines at Gulu Regional Cancer Institute, the facility has started providing services to the populations before the completion of constructions and installation of the work.
We have all the equipment, all it takes to make us help you find out whether you have cancer or not. This ranges from the ultrasound scan, the CT scans, the mammo. The mammo are new things that checks or scan for the breast for women. Mammo is not for men. So all these facilities are now operational. And we are so happy to have a very dedicated doctors and nurses who are on the ground.
Beatrice Aluorota started experiencing painful swelling around her neck in June 2022 before she was informed that she has cancer from St. Mary's Hospital, Lecho. Beatrice shared with Westnile television how she discovered the existence of such a facility in the region. The statistic from Uganda Cancer Institute put the prevalence in Uganda at 32,000 per every 100,000 people in Uganda, and the mortality rate is at 80%.
This patient needs to be started on cancer treatment, and before starting her on cancer treatment, we need to prepare her. The preparation involves taking of blood, doing diagnostic investigation to know the stage of her disease and also to know her health status.
Many cancer patients died because majority of them are from rural area where access to medical services is limited, and Gulu Regional Cancer Institute is expected to bridge this gap.
Most of our patients are in the countryside, and in most cases there are certain barriers that prevent them from accessing care. The biggest barrier is actually access to medical facilities, and this is when we are talking about cancer, because we only have one center where everyone has to go.
John Ochete, a local council one of Korokal, cell in Gulu City, appreciated government for bringing the cancer treatment and care services closer to the population in Acholi and Lango sub-region.
Formerly, it was not easy to access this sort of treatment. Very many people here suffered and they died here without getting access to such facility. So now that it has come closer, they are very happy about it.
To ascertain the progress of work at Gulu Regional Cancer Institute, Dr. William Bazeyo, the Chairman Board of Director, Uganda Cancer Institute, led a delegation to the institute, and the team was impressed with what they have found on the ground.
We are satisfied with what we have found. The work that has been done is quality. It is funded by the government of Austria and the Uganda government. So we are impressed with the work that has been done, and we are thankful to the government of Uganda, thankful to our partners, Austria government. They have given us quality equipment. Some of the equipment that is here is not even in UCI, in the Cancer Institute in Kampala. Some of the equipment is higher specs than we have in Kampala, but we are grateful that it is going to serve Ugandans.
Uganda Cancer Institute has put in place the plan to set up Regional Cancer Institute at all regions in Uganda, and this will include West Nile sub-region. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, NILE CAST.
And more in our story, Zombo district leaders have singled out 3 midwives as the major culprits who mistreat expectant mothers during labor wards, adding that they beat mothers and even order them to deliver on the floor. This development follows the persistent outcry of residents who get services from Paida Health Center 3, which serves at least 40,000 population of Paida Town Council and the neighboring sub-counties, respectively. Alfred Jawoko reports.
3 midwives in Paida Center 3 Zombo district have been accused of making expectant mothers delivered on the floor during an emergency crisis meeting held on Monday 7th August this year at the health facility. Zombo district leaders singled out 3 midwives as the major medics who mistreat expectant mothers, adding that they beat the mothers and even order them to deliver on the floor. This development follows persistent outcry from the residents who get services from this only government facility, which serves at least 40,000 populations of Paida Town Council and the neighboring sub-counties of Paida, Abanga, and Nyapeya, respectively. Meanwhile, Jane Draru, focal person in charge of maternity ward Paida Center 3, refuted the claim and blamed political leaders for witch-hunting them while executing their duties.
Through him, why don't these politicians, I think from today, they should select all the best midwives they want to come and work here. For us, our papers, we are supposed to work anywhere, whether in Congo, whether in Teruru, whether in Amonyo, where we are to serve people. Did you get us here to come only to do bad things? Is there no any small good thing that we do that these politicians, when they come, they should first appreciate us, then they will talk of those big, the worst ones. They should first come and appreciate us.
The community members who attended the meeting also blamed the facility having an functional admission ward and failure to operate the facility during night hours. Christopher Princess, the youth female councillor in the district, expressed disappointment and warned the midwives to desist from being arrogant to the patients. Christopher recounted the bounty pay increment for the scientists, which included the health workers, and urged them to deliver to the required standard of the Minister of Health.
We have been hearing complaints within the community that the mothers, expectant mothers, are not being treated well by the midwives. So on Monday, we convened a stakeholder meeting to discuss the matter. And also we did some little research. We went there, we found what people are complaining about is really there. One of them is there is no admission at night, and mothers can expect at any time, and even people can fall sick at any time. There's no timetable for sickness. They don't admit at night. We have cases where people have been given birth in our clinics. People have complications. People, even to some extent, these nurses just refuse. They just adamantly refuse for no reason to serve the mothers. So we felt a little concerned, and we feel like that is really unexpected of them.
Bolingo Francis, the councillor for Thomas Sub-County, who doubled as Committee of the Social Services, said they will discuss performance of the medics in the council, and those with the poor performance and poor attitude will be fired by the council.
Today I'm very happy of the convener of this meeting. I wanted to mention only one thing about the meeting. I'm not so happy about the nurses' performance attendance to the patient in Paida Health Center. At the RDC, you are here, Secretary Social Service, the Mayor Paida Town Council, you are here. The nurses who are non-performing, we are going to retire them in public interest.
One of the expectant mothers who preferred anonymity asserted that on the 1st June this year, one of the midwives on duty blocked one of the mothers from accessing the labor ward. Innocent Onega Godfrey, the Paida Town Council chairperson, revealed that political leaders and their family members have shunned the facility for fear of their lives, saying most of the nurses accusing politicians for witch-hunting them, and that the relationship with the government medics have deteriorated.
This complaint is real and it is true. Some time back we arrested some assorted items being taken to Arua, and these people say we are witch hunting them, and the evidence is there. The person testified, police were aware, cases investigated with a clear evidence. So they say we are witch hunting them. I am not interested to be a medical doctor. I don't qualify. I did not study for that. So I'm not witch hunting them. I'm doing my normal duty. My role is to oversee and monitor all institutions. I repeat, all institutions in Paida Town Council. It is my duty to monitor. Much as we value your work as medics, but my intention is not to witch hunt, and our intention is not to become one, because we studied different professions. So please, do your duties or you quit.
Tom Rodi, Secretary of Social Services, Zombo District Local Government, ordered for immediate opening of the admission ward, open night hours shift, weekends, and caution medics to stick to their professional ethics.
Some of the staff members are so arrogant that they cannot render any good services to the people, especially in the maternity wing. The in charge of the place is rarely found in the center, which implies that management is very poor. There is no proper supervision in the place.
Alfred Jawok, Westnile TV, NILE CAST.
Welcome for the sports news on Westnile TV with me, Owen Ezaga. And in our top headline story, as Arua City districts and divisions are prepared for the celebration of the Youth Day, as part of the preparation to commemorate the International Youth Day celebration, Arua City has taken part in involving in the football. The organizers have identified sports as a way of bringing together the youth in a game that they played today between the Aivo Division Youth and the Central Division Youth that form the Arua City. Let's have more from the compiled story.
Arua City Youth Council have taken sports as part of the preparation ahead of the International Youth Day celebration on Saturday, 12th of August 2023 at Opium Grounds in Arua City. Aikoro Doreen, the female youth councillor in the city, together with the Dot Alex Club, embraced sports as an activity youth should prioritize on.
As to why the young people of Arua City need to embrace sports is just we need unity. Like us in Arua City, we have two divisions in this city. Then the mother city is Arua City. We want to embrace sports to the young people is because we want unity. They should know each other. You know, since Arua City is one of the biggest cities in Africa, so most of the young people in Arua City, they don't know their friends' names and all that. So that's why we have put one of the activities of the International Day today to mark this day on 12th of August is that we have brought in sports to embrace that unity among the young people of Arua City.
As we are here, why we are here is we want to bring the young people of Central Division and Ivy Division together. We believe creating unity can strengthen relationships in this city, and we believe in working together. That's why we said we should have this sports activity today, so that the young people of Central Division and Ivy Division can come and share together.
Oraku Benson Pastore, Farsi Majid, Westnile Television Sports News.
In other stories, still in the sports news, Arua Hill Sports Club management and officials are still contemplating on the club's participation in the forthcoming Uganda Premier League. Arua Hill Sports Club, that finished fourth with 44 points during the last season's Premier League, are still looking for a way where to play. With the Super 8 set to begin tomorrow, Arua Hill Sports Club hasn't completed its registration with the Federation of Uganda Football Association. According to Lematia Adams, the public relations officer of Arua Hill Sports Club, although the deadline for registration passed some time back, they are still trying to buy time to register the club. Let's have more.
And we're glad that we're out because it gives us more time for preparation. Our preparation started late, like the new players were still signing in players. We have only played the 3 build-up games, so definitely being out of the Super League also does a favor for us. It gives us more time to prepare. We feel that our priority is to play in Barifa. If we miss to play in Barifa, we may only play like 3 to 4 UPL games away from Barifa. But our main priority is to get some money, fix back the perimeter face, put back the dressing room, slash the pitch, and start playing from Barifa. But for the meantime, our main focus is about trying to put the team together, have a good coaching for the team, and see what we're going to do next. But of course, we may not start the first UPL games at Barifa. We shall start in Baridi, in Ajumani. We wouldn't love to play our games in Kampala at the Recreational Center.
Away from the Arua Hill saga, now into the national saga, and of course the story that yesterday, of course, a lot of thought would be maybe in the other way, but a response has been made by the Sports Minister Peter Ogwang. The Minister for Sports, Peter Ogwang, has revealed that the She Cranes head coach Fred Mugerwa has no contract with the Ugandan Netball Federation. Hence, is not entitled to the salary, to the monthly salaries, but entitled to allowances which the Federation has been remitting to his account. The minister said this in a communication put out through his official Twitter handle on Wednesday morning. This comes after the She Cranes head coach Mugerwa threatened to resign his role due to the continued non-payment and a tricky work environment. According to the sports minister, apart from Uganda Cranes head coach Milton Serovich Mitchell, the rest of the national team coaches have no guarantee payment. They only take home allowances when their respective teams have engagements. Even then, the allowances are only guaranteed for some of the disciplines. Ogwang added, Ogwang added, in the interim, they shall have to compel the federation to sign a temporary contract with the coach so that he is fully entitled to a monthly pay. Away from there now, in our last story nationally, Manchester United have reached an agreement with West Ham for the signature of Harry Maguire, the former captain of Manchester United. Amidst all this, Eric Ten Hag revealed the options to replace Harry Maguire. And in the names he has mentioned this afternoon includes Pavard Benjamin of Bayern Munich, Jean-Claude Todiba of Nice, and Eduardo Tabsoba, who are all considered as possible names to replace the outgoing Manchester United captain. With that marks the end of our news, sports news today in Nile Cast. Have a very, very blessed day.
Thank you, Owen Ezaga, for the sports update and the sports highlight. And with that, viewer, we've come to the end of the NILE Cast on Westnile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the NILE Cast to the end of the NILE Cast, only on Westnile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Okumuringa Christine. Have a good day.